and therefore I was able to secure over the last, my term here as representative, which has been some 23 years, I've gone over something like getting over 800 scholarships and sponsorships for constituents who wanted to develop their academic skills and also to learn various trades. I got that done, and I wrote a large number of letters for constituents for recommendations for them for jobs, and I also sat with a number of individuals and advised them on how they should prepare for the conducting of an interview, the attending of an interview. So those are the things I was able to do separate apart from any government, and I was able to continue with those because I place a really premium on education, the development of skills and so on. Some of my requests for assistance, whether oral or in writing, have largely gone unnoticed by the government. But if you check Hansard, you will see references all the time to say, for example, the road in Well Gap, Capehill, which is a major issue in this constituency. I should have mentioned that as one of the other. That will perhaps be one priority actually, getting that road in Well Gap fixed. I've spoken about the need for better roads and in a place called Phillips Road in this constituency as well. I've written about that. I've written about street lights, but you get very, very little response. Of course, the reason for that might also be not only a lack of cooperation. I can give you some examples. Shortly after the government change, I was contacted by a young lady who had been ordered by the court to leave where she was living, right? And I called the National Housing Corporation about that. And I was told, I'm very sorry, there's a list that has been given to us. The name you've just given us is not on that list, and no name you give us is going to get on that list. So you're up against that. I also spoke in relation to the same road in Well Gap that I just mentioned to you how bad the condition was. That was also before the end of 2008. I asked about that. You know what I was told? That the government has changed. And when I said, yeah, the government has changed, but people have not changed, they said, well, after a bit of a rallying, they said, no problem, when the BLP gets back in, you can fix it. Those are the sorts of things that you go up against. So in quick time, you realize that your requests were just falling on deaf ears. So you keep trying, but not a lot was happening. I suppose that you're probably prepared for having a red constituency.
The campaign is hectic. I actually still have my desire and my aim is to cover every single person in my constituency. So there's still a couple of areas that I haven't reached. So this evening, hitting the campaign trail again. So I want persons in St. Michael North to know that if I haven't reached you yet, I'm still coming because it's my aim. Because if I want to represent the people, I need to see the people and to talk to the people. So I am doing that as we speak. I've covered about 90% of it, and I still have a bit more to do.
Mr. Toppin has been in constituency for 24 years. Essentially, you are a joke king, or come lately. Are you confident that you can erode the hold that he has had on the constituency for so long?
I'm going to let the people of St. Michael North speak to that on the 24th. I have a good sense of what they're going to say. I intend to be a good representative. What the people have been telling me that there have been no action for a long time in this constituency, and as you know, over the last 2-3 months that I've been here, I've done quite a bit of work with the community, street lights, roads. We're in the process of getting the Pele Park tidied up. We're doing some debushing and training for young people and so forth. So they are very pleased that the action that they have been looking for years, that they are beginning to see. So I'm confident that on the 24th that they will send whatever messages they need to send loud and clear.
Because what our party does is we put our policies out there. We are talking about our policies, what we are going to do for the country. We're not here to defame anybody, talk about slander. If somebody pelt mud at us, we just going to let it fly. Because whatever we were, we are not today. We are service of God, doing the work of the Lord. And believe it or not, running the government is part of the work of the Lord, because from time and beginning we had godly leaders. If you go to the Bible, you'll see one after the other. Every time that the country was in trouble, they called in a godly leader, the righteous leader, who put things back on place. So there's a place for godly leadership, but we do not have to be dirty. We do not have to defame people's character and stuff like that. We can fight clean policy, and that's what we are about, solutions.